everybody, welcome back to Zen Magic and to another deck review. Today I am reviewing two decks by Illusionists. I've got their Ignite deck and their Fathom deck. This one says, inspired by water. So that's interesting. We'll start with the Ignite one, which is my personal favorite because of the design on the back. It's got that flame, kind of like a cartoon flame almost. And the cards, they handle really well. And you can even see it says fine playing cards right there. So they are high quality. Handle very well. And I like how, and it does this on both of their decks, but I like how a random pip in the design is different. This one's got flame texture on it. The coolest part of this is, of course, the ace, which is right. Oh, you can see all the royals. Actually, the royals are also customized. See if we can find the ace. There. The ace of spades. Got that nice flame to it. I think that looks really cool. And the decks handle very well. Both of them do. The one problem I do have with this deck is the full artwork back design. So when like a card is reversed, you can totally see it. Same goes if it were reversed. It's pretty obvious because it's a darker color while the face of it's white, which makes it show up. But other than that, I have no problems with this deck. It handles well and it works for what I need to do. The giant fan looks really cool. You can see that I have a fan display right here. I'm not going to do a giant fan right now, but it does look awesome. And the jokers for it are awesome too. These are the two jokers, which I take out of the deck anyway. I take the jokers out of all of them, just because I don't like having them inside. But these are the jokers. The two. You get a dark one and a red one, black and red. So those are pretty cool. And that is the Ignite deck. So let's move on to the Fathom one. The Fathom deck. And immediately, already looking at it, there's one problem with it. And as soon as we go into it, you'll see what my number one problem with this deck is. It's a one-way back design. Now, the design itself isn't one-way back design, but if you look really closely, you got that triangle right there in the middle, which makes it a one-way back design, which I don't really like. I mean, obviously nobody can tell, but it just bothers me when they're backwards and stuff. And again, a random pip has a design. In this case, they're bubbles instead of fire. And they put... These diamonds have holes on them for some reason. But they didn't do it to any other card. I mean, they kind of did it to the red ones. And you can see it on the... They kind of did that at the base of all of them. But for the diamonds, since they don't really have a stem or anything, it's just right there in the middle, that little hole right there. The ace on this card, and again, also custom faces. These are both Illusionist decks. The ace of spades. Let's find the ace. Here it is. Looks really cool. You can see that. Just kind of take that in for a moment. It says down here, Fathom, with that ace design on it. And again, these also handle really well. And they do a lot of great stuff. Since these ones are white on both sides, it does work better for some tricks that this one doesn't work with. This deck also does come with a double backer, which is really nice. The double back gimmick. That's why I got this deck. The jokers for this deck are also Pretty cool. They're like squids. And as I mentioned before, I take the Jokers out just because there's two of them, and everyone knows that. And in some cases, you get, like this one, these two Jokers are identical. So if somebody would have picked the Joker, they would know there's another one that looks exactly like it. They might think that you forced it or something. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. So I just don't have the Jokers in there, just in case. Plus, it makes some mathematical tricks not work correctly, where you need 52. And we'll talk about that in other episodes, other videos. But that is the Fathom deck. I really like the handling on this one. The fan, pretty cool design. The border, now, this is where it gets interesting, because there's not a definite border, but the design itself isn't taking up the full space of the card. So there kind of is this border around the outside. That's pretty neat about it. So that is the Fathom deck. If I had to pick one, I would probably go with the Ignite, simply because it is a much cooler design, and it's not a one-way back design. But I'll let you decide which deck won. Comment below which one you would go with. And also comment on any other decks you'd like me to review. If there's some you want to know more about, I'll get them. I'll let you know what I think of them. And then you decide. So that's all I got for today. I'll see you next week. And remember, we perform to amaze. Good night.